Today, most club juggling I see on the internet is shared via Instagram Reels, so it's club juggling in 20-second bite-sized portions. But there was a time when most club juggling was shared in chunkier videos, typically 3 to 8 minutes long, pretty much short films about club juggling. So in this video, I want to highlight 20 years of club juggling videos on the internet. Now, these are not videos of live performances, nor videos made up of footage from practice sessions, but instead a series of tricks filmed specifically to make a statement about club juggling. The best examples have a good balance of creative juggling mixed with the expression of the juggler's personality, plus intentional cinematography, editing, music choices, and an interesting use of filming location. You can find all of these featured YouTube videos in a playlist I compiled, link in the video description below. The earliest example I could find of a full-length club juggling video that wasn't part of an existing VHS or DVD is one of my own that I made in 2004. This was way before YouTube made sharing long videos easy, and by long video I mean between 4 and 5 minutes, and so resolution and video quality had to be sacrificed to the gods of bandwidth and download times. I recently remastered this from the original footage just to make it more accessible to modern viewers, but 20 years ago we were grateful for 240p and potato quality videos, and we would watch anything with juggling in it, and so Manic 3 Clubs 2004 became the most popular video in the first year of the IJDB video database. Fatboy Slim wanted a Chris Bliss-style viral hit as the music video for his next single. He held a juggling video competition on MySpace, a hula hooper one, but the hit among jugglers was made by Vova Galchenko and Mark Bacalor. This video works so well because it seems like Vova has just woken up one day in a random mansion and is spending his time doing what he does best, which is juggling, of course. He's listening to the same piece of music the whole time, but is having such a blast that you're happy to hang out with him. Once posted on YouTube, this video got over 1 million views. The house has since burnt down in a Californian wildfire, but the juggling still holds up to this day.
The world will be destroyed, but a few people will be saved.
Elias Headland featured in video and DVD projects like Springtime Manipulation, 9-to-1 Nordic Objects, and VisionBot Manipulation series, but then he started working on his own video. He thought about making a DVD, but in the end he released this 12-minute video edit for anyone to download for free. I Think All You Scientists Are Crackpots includes choreographed routines, improv sections, and one-off tricks that are still surprising today. It features music by Olaf Ruckner and many interludes where Elias and Olaf play video games and smoke. I loved it at the time, and I wasn't alone, and you can see the influence on people like Wes Peden and many other jugglers featured later in this list.
Today, medical science recognizes that some folks aren't helped by relaxing exercises.
Michael Karras released a fun music video that had a little bit of ball and ring juggling, but it was mostly club juggling, and it's a fantastic time capsule of what club juggling was like in 2007. These shoulder rolls and chest balances are standard now, but in 2007, everyone was excited about just the basic vanilla version of these tricks. It's a fun video, lots of good stuff in here, and we don't have to guess if Michael Karras likes the previous 3 juggling videos, because back in the day, many jugglers would name-check their influences in the end credits. Here's the video that inspired this 20 years of club juggling playlist. I wanted to update the top 40 jugglers of 2009 video to include a juggler I accidentally left out due to errors I made during the vote counting process. That juggler was Sid Lorenzo Crivellari. I looked online to find a video of his from 2009 to include in the corrected top 40 rundown and found one of my favorite ever club juggling videos. Lorenzo created Asleep with Stefano Ricci, a weird and wonderful short film about an observer and a juggler and sleeping and hypnotism. The juggling is still great, and it made me wonder, why don't jugglers make videos this high quality anymore? And then I started working on this video to highlight these gems from the past. This is a super chill video featuring some really nice kick-up variations by Svetlana Tsareva. It's got a load of traditional circus-style tricks like under-the-leg throws and back crosses and more kick-ups, of course. It's beautifully filmed in Kaliningrad and it nails a certain vibe perfectly. Another video by Svetlana worth watching is Workshop Juggling from 2014. Yep, you knew Wes Peden had to turn up at some point. Before 2009, Wes usually made 45-minute videos you could pay to download and watch, such as Peden to Sweden. But in 2009, he released Counting Escalator Steps. It's a quintessential early Wes Peden video part that captures a lot of what has kept him at the forefront of creative juggling for so many years. Talking of Wes Peden, here's another video that he filmed and edited, but it's Patrick Elnert doing the juggling this time. Patrick wants you to know that there's no CK in his name and that he's really good at pirouettes. Like, really, 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 really good at pirouettes. Club swinging used to be considered a separate skill from club juggling. You'd see people who were very good at club swinging, but not really a club juggler. Lots of flow, lots of shapes, but not a lot of throwing and catching. Spun Out by Declan Mee shows an interesting point in the development of 3-club juggling. Declan and a handful of other club swingers and poi spinners were bringing a lot of their techniques into 2, 3, and 4-club patterns, the influence of which is still seen today. The Day After Yesterday is a quite short video from 2011, but it's very impressive for what it crams in. The juggling is by Busk, and it's shot and edited by Stefano Ricci, who has already been featured on the playlist with Sid Lorenzo's Asleep. The Day After Yesterday is a masterclass of fast-paced editing that somehow doesn't interrupt the logic of the juggling. So often in lesser videos, fast cutting between different skills creates a sense of incoherence, but here everything holds together perfectly. And the exterior urban filming location is like a template for 99% of IGA Tricks of the Month videos, though very few understand why an urban location can be so engaging and few use it to the same effect. This is another favourite of mine and worth a rewatch for sure. Let's stay in Italy to watch No Art by Andrea Brunetto. What is it with Italians and weird people watching other people juggling clubs? I don't know, but it somehow works for me. There's fun juggling, funny characters, fun times all round. Another gem from the past worth revisiting. Nick Laffey worked with cinematographer Carl G. Martin to produce Midtown Greenway, an epic juggling video full of every type of club roll, trap, balance, spin, throw, just everything. It contains probably my favourite 3-club sequence in any juggling video ever, and it perfectly captures the vibe of an evening outside juggling in the park. It's also worth checking out Nick Laffey's Let It Die video from 2013, which again has a great sense of place and is one of the best examples of juggling and editing to the chosen soundtrack. Ron Beery juggles clubs in a studio, Studio 16. That would be enough for me, but as the video continues, it becomes less of a Ron Beery video and more of an Ori Roth video. If you don't know Ori Roth's video editing style, this video is a perfect, if quite restrained, example of his video effects experimentation. Dreamy and sleepy Bash starts by juggling pillows, but quickly moves on to club swinging and club juggling. This was probably intended as a promo video for a stage show, but as a juggling video it holds up great even now 11 years later. Who can balance a club on their head without looking? Cynthia can, and she can juggle 5 clubs at the same time. This early IGA Tricks of the Month video introduced the world to La Flaca and her unreal ability to do this kind of weird trick. And it was the first time I saw her crazy club balance hula hoop 3-ball cascade combination trick. Also check out her IGA Tricks of the Month video from a few years later, which shows her further progress of club on head plus juggling skills. Both videos were shot and edited by Edson Caballero. The YouTube description for Processing by Onni Toivonen says, "The 3-club routine from my old act. I hope you enjoy it." Well, I did enjoy it, thank you very much, Onni. You can see it's an old act, but in all the best ways. The juggling is effortless, and the movement studied and practiced in a way that is missing from most juggling videos. Its interesting location, effective cinematography, and clever editing elevate this far beyond just a routine from an old act. Here's another music video style club juggling segment featuring Bruno Delgado. Bruno has been drinking something blue and it's made his juggling look effortless. The videographer Rafael Caputo beautifully captures Bruno's tricks and flow and includes nice moments of humor and humanity. Rafael has many more videos over on Vimeo with lots of gems to be found in the Visual Juggling 1 and 2 archives. 3J Drugs is a club act by Vlad, Maxim, and Evgeny. But what you're watching now is not just a video of a club juggling act. This video answers the question, what if we did everything possible to make the act look as cool as possible? Taras Poznikov shows how to do it, as he choreographed, directed, shot, and edited this entire video. Watching these club jugglers on stage during a live performance would be entertaining, but I'm pretty sure that this video has become the definitive version of the act. Did club juggling videos peak in 2015 with Plastic Mind by Amron Rosval? Or did all of club juggling peak in 2015 somewhere in Amron's brain, and we only have this short glimpse of an alternative juggling timeline now lost somewhere in the multiverse? The first half of Plastic Mind is the most technically impressive mix of body juggling and contortion tricks I've ever seen, plus foot balances and chin balances, and sometimes both at once. Then the second half takes a complete left turn into a fast-paced barrage of insane shapes made possible by Amron's club variation inventions with motors and magnets and lots of 3D printing. Most jugglers would spend an entire video or act on just one of these ideas, but Amron fast-forwards through the whole lot in just a minute and a half. Seriously, the first time I watched the video, this final section was probably the most exhilarating minute and a half of new club juggling I'd ever seen. Daniela Paličková never cracks a grin in her 2016 video, Inside I'm Smiling. Here she shows off short 3-club ideas using rolls, traps and balances, all filmed in her living room, and then contrasts them with technically impressive juggling in a sports hall, such as 5-club back crosses. Also check out Daniela's Inexplicable Irregularities from 2018, featuring more club trick ideas, all revolving around trapping a club lengthwise between her chest and another club. I could have included many other Wes Peden videos up until this point, for example Wes Peden Sucks, which was a video for his club sponsor at the time, K8. Then he got a new club sponsor, Play Juggling, so released the PX4 video. You might not remember any of the juggling, but you will remember the bear costume and the mini trampolines. Both of these videos well worth a watch. This Tricks of the Month video captures Dani Corradi's personality so well, it feels like we're just hanging out with her and her cute dog as she goes about her day, training in a studio, juggling in the street, and doing tricks on a rooftop. But all of that would be for nothing if her juggling wasn't so delightful and engaging. Thankfully, it's quite delightful and very engaging. 911, I'd like to report a murder. We'll put our best detective on the case. Who is that? You know him as Bash. Tebow is back, this time in San Francisco, and he's investigating club tricks in a video that feels like a throwback to earlier entries in this playlist, with an exploration of an interesting character in an interesting situation, rather than having a singular focus on specific club juggling tricks. One last Wes Peden video in the playlist, and I'm featuring 4 of his videos because nobody else has been able to match the creativity and sense of fun pouring out of a Wes Peden video, except Wes himself in his next video. Ice Cream Melted Juggling is 13 minutes long, it has 3 chapters, and is full of both fun and creativity. I keep saying fun and creativity, but what else is there to say? How about Wes Peden when his earrings were the biggest, his arms were the biggest, and maybe his juggling tricks were the biggest too? Lisa Van Brakel uses bridges and shadows to create an intriguing environment for her unique club manipulation. There's probably not a single cascade throw in the whole Tricks of the Month video. Instead, many throws around the body, lots of kicks, and a willingness to get as close to the ground as possible. Onni Toivonen is back with Birdhead. It contains 4 juggling sequences with the following titles: Thinking Inside the Box, Origami, 5-ingredient salad, Isolation Weaving. Solid chapter names which tell you everything you need to know about Onni's club juggling in 2021. Who is good enough at club juggling to do 7 club back crosses on demand so that a cinematographer can do a camera move showing every part of the sequence perfectly? Only Masahiro Takahashi, who, with Canon Okamoto, created Inflection Point, one of the most technically advanced juggling videos which isn't just Anthony Gatto practicing in a racquetball court. Brian Simonchin has a very distinctive style of juggling, with lots of traps but not a lot of throwing. This is a real challenge to capture well, and it's even more of a challenge to fill a 6-minute Tricks of the Month video. But Brian worked with Circlet Productions on this masterclass of not just juggling, but shot selection and pacing. There's music in some sections, but much of the time, the sound of Brian's juggling speaks for itself. I avoided putting pure technical progression videos on this playlist, mainly because over time they lose their impact as the juggler in question improves and the juggling world gets used to seeing such a high level of technical club juggling. But I wanted to include at least one very recent progression video in the playlist to show the current state of club juggling that can be captured with a locked-off camera during multiple practice sessions. The best recent example is by Moritz Rosner, one of multiple jugglers these days sharing insane tricks like 7 club pirouettes, 7 club side swaps, and other tricks nobody thought possible 5 years ago, let alone 20 years ago. Bringing us up to the current day, or at least to 2024, is a Tricks of the Month video by Valentin Lopez. He juggles as much with his shoulders as with his hands, and that's it. That's the idea of the video. Tricks with shoulder rolls and shoulder balances. We've certainly come a long way since Michael Karras shared the most basic 3-club version of this trick back in 2007. I hope you enjoyed this tour through 20 years of club juggling videos. If you want to share your own favourites or think I missed something, tell me in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please click like, subscribe to the channel, or more importantly, you can head over to patreon.com/Luke Burridge to support the creation of more videos just like this one. Thanks for watching.